Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Snapper, and this is Snapper's Antique Firearms. This is a quick update on the 1860 Army. On the top, this is actually that reproduction barrel. It's made for an original. It fits fairly well. And I actually would love to publicly thank Blackie Thomas. He had a video on antiquing parts. Most people do it for, let's say, replica guns to make them look more like an original, right? I did his steps on this barrel. And this barrel, to me, matches fairly well. It's a little off color. The original color is more of a reddish to it, and it's got a little bit more blue. Now that might change over time because it seems to be turning more and more reddish over time. But it matches fairly well enough that I'm extremely happy with the looks. But, like I said, this is a reproduction barrel, so it doesn't say, address Colt. It doesn't have a serial number on it, nothing like that. It was just made as a replacement part for an original Colt 1860 Army. Next subject would be this is the original barrel. Now, as you see, I actually got rid of the plate that was up here that was brazed on.
So as you can see, there's a crack down the barrel.
I still need to remove a little bit of brazing. My plan has changed on how I'm going to fix this thing. Being that I got all this off, and there's really not much left in the brazing. It's just a crack. So now my overall plan is to Dremel out that crack, any brazing left into it, TIG weld it closed, and then also TIG weld a bunch of metal on top of the barrel, because as you can see, there's a bunch missing. Bring it up to height, and then I can actually come across and file it and get it smooth and perfect the way it should be again. But I think my plan of taking everything out and boring it down and adding a slug in here is not the best way to go now that I see how much there is left of the original stuff here. One of the problems also is that it cracked on the bottom. You can see that at the face of this barrel here. And it was definitely a squib load because, let's see if we can look through that barrel a little bit. Black area in there where you can see where it was a squib load. And it cracked on the top and the bottom. So once again, my plan is to TIG weld the top, add a bunch of metal on top as well, then try to TIG weld the bottom just to make sure if I can close that up, and then drill out the barrel and add a barrel sleeve. I'm going to try to make the sleeve as thick as possible so it should be more than enough strong for this black powder 44 caliber firearm. There's not all that much pressure in here. So that should be it on this. And again, I'd love to thank Blackie because his technique on antiquing really makes his barrel match.
I had watched his paid class.
There was a little secrets that were in that class that is not in his public video. And those secrets to me ended up being the biggest difference on really making this look authentic. And it's nice because having an all blued barrel, the new blued pretty barrel on an antique gun kind of looks dumb. And so if I end up having to run this barrel constantly to shoot it, the way it looks now, at least the gun looks okay looking. It's still pretty. It doesn't look off all that much. But I really would like to save this original barrel, and I'm going to. So the real question is, can I save it enough so that I can shoot this barrel safely? Well, we'll all find out. And if that is just not possible, then it will just be its display barrel, and the other barrel will be for shooting. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for stopping by. And like I said, one more time, thank you, Blackie. That was a great video. And it's definitely worth the price to watch it. 100% worth. Because now this gun doesn't look at least awkward at a distance. All right, guys. This is Snapper signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.